Hello friends, welcome back to Digitalk. In this session, we are going to cover the auditing feature of Oracle WebLogic Server. So with the help of this feature, you can track all of the changes that we have done with respect to the configurations. Okay. And for example, if you are doing any kind of a changes for any of the attributes from the WebLogic console or maybe using some scripting, okay, then all the details, whatever the changes that has been done in the configuration, along with that, the user ID and the user information will be logged in your log files. Okay, so that means you can trace who has done what changes at what time and on what which date. Okay, so these kind of features you can enable with the help of auditing feature of WebLogic Server. Okay, so that I'm going to explain in this session how you can enable that, and then we'll do some changes and then we'll see how the logs looks like for that. Okay, so now let me close this one. So this is my WebLogic console. So let me log into WebLogic console. Okay, so before that, let me go to the official documentation of Oracle where you can see this feature. So this is the feature which is called enabling configuration auditing in WebLogic Server. Okay, and this is a method that has been given for enabling how you can enable that one. Okay, so after enabling, we have a 2 or 3 different kind of options that I am going to explain you what is the meaning of that one. Okay, so this is the first option. With the help of this one, you can enable it from the WebLogic console. Okay, and if you would like to enable it from the command line, okay, by giving some arguments in your JVM, okay, then these are the options. With the help of that, all these options, you can enable the auditing with the help of command line as well. Okay, so these are the 3 different JVM argument. Okay, and I will tell you what is the meaning of audit and what is the meaning of log audit. Okay, so let me go to the console, and this is the online help for this enabling this feature from the admin console. Okay, you can go to the domain structure and then click on your domain, then click on your configuration general tab, then you have to click on advanced, and once you go inside the advanced, you will see the options for enabling. So there you will have a none, which is by default, it is not enabled. Then you have a change log. Okay, so if you have a change log is enabled, then configuration event will be written to the server log. Okay, second is the change audit. Configuration event will be directed to the security framework and handled by the auditing provider. That means if you are going to enable only change log, then all the change log will be get returned to your admin server log file. Right. Second is a change audit. So in that case, you have to define a auditing provider in your security realm. And once you will enable the auditing provider in the security realm, okay, then your configuration changes will be redirected to your security framework of the WebLogic server. Okay, and after that, there is a different default authentication or auditing log file will be get created for you. Okay, with the detailed information about the auditing. Right. So, and if you are going to enable change log and edit both options, then these both options will get enabled for you. That means the changes, whatever you are doing, will be returned to your log file, admin server log file, along with that authentication provider as well. Okay. So these are the different options to enabling your auditing logs. Okay. So hope you are clear now on what is the change log and what is the audit log. And when we are going to enable both, that means this both feature will get enabled for you. Okay. So I'm going to explain you, I'm showing you all these options, how to configure that one. Okay, so now let me go to my admin console. Let me click on my domain name. Okay, so inside the domain, you will go to configurations and then general tab and then scroll down and click on the advanced tab. Okay, so once you're in the advanced tab, you have to scroll down. Okay, and here you will see the option configuration audit type. Okay, so this configuration audit type by default is none. That means it is not enabled by default. Okay, so what you need to do, you have to enable this one. Okay, and after enabling, we will see the log files. Right. So now, as I said, we have these are the different options for enabling change log. This will return your logs to your admin server log file. For change audit, you have to configure an authentication or auditing provider. Okay, and then this option going to enable both. So let me show you this as well. So let me lock and edit. And let me show you this one. So here you can say the Dropbox, you have a none, change log, change audit, change log and audit. So let me first show you the change log option. So I'm going to select the change log, and after that I'm going to click the save, and then let me activate the changes. Okay, And after that, you can see all changes are activated and no restart are necessary. That means this is a dynamic change. Okay, so that means restart is not required. So that means now whatever the changes that we are going to perform, for example, from the admin console, all the changes will be get logged in your admin server log file, right? So let me do some changes. Let me click on domain. Let me go to JTA and log and edit, and let me configure this change. So current value is 33033. I am going to change it 55055. Let me save it and let me activate it. Okay, so this change is also dynamic changes. Okay, so when you are changing this particular parameter, so no restarts are required. Okay, and that's why I have opted to change this parameter to show you, to save the time, right? So now what we have done, we have enabled the audit feature. Let me show you again. And in the audit feature, what we have selected a change log. That means it is going to write all the changes to your admin server log file. And after that, we have changed the JTA value time of second, which was 33033. I have changed it to 55055. Now I will check the admin server log file to ensure that this has been written as an auditing feature in the admin server log file. So let me go to my domain. So this is my domain. Okay, and let me show you. This is my domain. Inside that I have to go to servers, admin server, and then logs. So this is my admin server log file. So let me open the admin server log file. So here what I can do, I can search for 55055. Okay, so okay, now we can see here the JTA attribute timeout second from 33033 to 55055, right? This is written as a BEA message of 159904. Right. So now you can clearly see that the modification, whatever we have done, it has been returned to your admin server log file. And you can see this here is info and then configuration audit. Okay, this is the particular section that you will see once you will enable the auditing. Okay, configuration audit. And then this is the name of your attribute, what we have changed, JTA attribute. And what we have done, we have changed the timeout second from 33033 to 55055. Right. So this is one of the first feature. Okay, and which is the option with the change log, right? So now let us see for change audit as well. So configuration event will be created to security framework and handled by the auditing provider. So that means before enabling this change audit, we have to enable the, or we have to create the auditing provider first, right? So for that, you have to go to security realms, click on your security realm, and here you will see a option called providers. And inside the provider, you have to click on auditing, right? This is the meaning of auditing provider, which you are seeing here, auditing provider. That means the messages will be returned to the security framework and it will be handled by the auditing provider, right? So that's why we are going to create an auditing providers, which is inside your security realm. This is your security framework in WebLogic, right? So let me log and edit. Let me click on new. Okay, and let me give it a name, Digitalk security auditing provider. Okay, and here you have to set the default auditor. Click on OK. Okay, so once it is created, again you can click on this one and then you can see the provider specific information here. Okay, so here we have a different kind of a handlers for different kind of a configurations. Whatever the modifications that we do in the domain, with respect to that, we have a different kind of a handlers. Okay, and these handlers you can get this information from this Oracle documentation page. Okay, these are the different handlers. What is the role of each and every handlers, right? What kind of a configuration changes that you are doing. Okay, so preferably what I will do, you can select all of the options. If you are unsure which kind of attribute or what kind of a handler that you have to enable, so you can select all of the options. Okay, and then you can click on this one. Okay, so now I have selected all of the handlers. Okay, and then rest of the options you can go with the default ones. Okay, and severity, if you would like to change, then you can change it from the severity as well. What kind of the information that you required in the auditing logs for information, for warnings, error, success, failure, custom, whatever you want, you can select it here. Okay, let me select the information and let me click on save and let me activate. Okay, so this will create our auditing provider. Okay, and for this you have to start your admin server. Okay, one item must be restarted, right? Because this is not a dynamic, this is a static change. So for that we have to restart one of the server. Okay, and if you would like to see the restart checklist, what kind of a services that we need to restart, which is pending state, you can click on this one, view changes and restart, which is on the change center left hand side. Click on view changes and restart and click on restart checklist. So here you can see the server restart checklist, which is pending, which is waiting for restarted to activate some changes that you have done in your domain. So as of now, I have to restart my admin server. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to the console. Okay, I will stop my admin server and then I will restart it. So once I will restart, then only the provider specific auditing feature will be get enabled, and then I will enable this particular audit feature from the console. Okay, and after that I will see that if the new auditing log file has been created or not, and if all of the details are getting logged in that particular log file or not. Okay, so let me show you that as well, what I'm going to perform. Let me stop it first and let me start it. So what we have been so far, we have seen this change log option. So now we are going to see change audit option. So for this one, as I said, we have created an auditing provider, right? So what I will do now, I will enable these both options, change log and audit, because change log we have already seen. So let me enable both options. Okay, so let me go to here. So let me give the username and password. Okay, user and password. Okay, and let me go to my domain and let me refresh it. Okay, now here you can see there is a default audit recorder.log file has been created. Okay, and this file has been created. The reason is that because we have created or configured an auditing provider in the security realm, and that's why this separate file has been created by the auditing provider. Okay, and whatever the changes that you are going to perform in your WebLogic, okay, the detailed information will be get logged in this particular log file. And if you have enabled both options, that means if you have enabled the change log and audit option both, in that case, what will happen, apart from writing the information to this particular log file, the information will be written to your admin server log file as well. Okay, but in default audit recorder, you will get the detailed information, right? So let me see. Okay, the server is getting started. Okay, it is now started. So let me go to the admin console again. Okay, so now what I will do, I have created the auditing provider. So now I will enable this option, change log and audit from the admin console, right? So let me go to the domain. Let me click on the advanced tab. Let me take the log and audit. And here I'm going to change it as change log and audit. Okay, and let me save it. So this is a dynamic configuration, so I don't need to restart any of the services for this one. Okay, so I have changed it to change log and audit. That means I have enabled both features to write to admin server logs along with that in the audit provider log file as well. Now the change has been done, right? So now again what I will do, I will again go to the JTA, and now again I'm going to change this value from 55055 to 66066. Okay, let me save it and let me activate it. Okay, so now in the log file you will see the previous value was 55055 and the new value is 66066. So first what we will do, first we will go to, let me go back to log files, and so first I will go to the admin server log files. Okay, and here I will slip for 66066. Now you can see that the value has been written in the log file. The previous value was 55055 and now the new value is 66066. Right. So now this has been done. So now we have to look for the default audit log file as well. So now this is the default audit log file. And if I look for 66066 here, you can see that the object, domain name, JTA, attribute, timeout seconds, and the from 55055 to 6606 audit record N. Okay, and along with that, there are a lot of information that has been logged here with respect to the particular change that you have done, right? So this is the way how you can enable the auditing in WebLogic Server, and what is the meaning of the different options for enabling the auditing, and how and where the information get written whenever you do any kind of a configuration changes in the WebLogic Server, right? So this is applicable till 14.1.1. Okay, from 14.1.2 onward, we have now remote console. This admin console has been depreciated for the latest 14.1.2 release. Okay, and I will share that information as well in some time, how to enable in 14.1.2 as well. Okay, but there is not much difference for enabling the options. Thank you.